Final segment with Dr. Leonard Horowitz and investigative journalist Sherri Kane. Going to go to your phone calls right now for people that have been patiently holding. Leah, stay in contact with us with what's happening with your son at that school. We'll try to nail down if that happened or not. Let's talk to Paul in Louisiana. You're on the air. Go ahead, Paul.
Yes, sir. Alex, I'd like to thank you and your family and let you know we're praying for you and yours as you do that job. I appreciate it. I had a friend of mine's a nurse, and they gave them the option to take the flu shot, but they didn't threaten their jobs. They just told them you'd have to wear a mask, for the next, 6 months or so.
A yellow
so
star.
She answered them and says, I'll just do the Michael Jackson impression. So she opted out. So the rest of them didn't seem concerned. The doctor didn't seem concerned. And later she came down with some symptoms, I guess flu-like, which a lot of symptoms are. So he starts treating her for the flu, automatically. Nothing, no questions, just start treating her.
Yeah, we see a lot of that, Dr. Horowitz, where people don't even have the flu, but they put out false reports that they do.
The other thing is that the treatment, if you think about the abuse of antibiotics and how antibiotics toxicity and the concept of us constantly creating new microbes from overuse of antibiotics, even for viral infections, they're prescribing antibiotics, which is they should be prescribing antivirals, and then the antivirals like the Tamiflu, totally toxic. Again, this is why I urge people to consider the silver hydrosols, especially oxysilver.com.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul. Good to hear from you. Nate in Georgia has questions for our guest. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, how you doing, Alex? It's been a while.
God bless you. What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted about the swine flu. I had two stories I wanted to tell you. A couple weeks ago, my fiance's little sister, she went to school in Roswell, Georgia. It's called Centennial. And when she went to school, when she went to go see the school nurse, they told her that she had to take the swine flu shot. And if she didn't take the shot, the teachers would be arrested and charged with a misdemeanor. Well, the nurse, kind of knew how to get out of taking the shot, had her sign a waiver saying that she was a Jehovah's Witness and she couldn't take the shot. So that's how she got out of taking the shot. And then another story, I was at Publix, which is a store down here in Georgia. I was here in Publix. I was walking through the store. One of the coworkers, all the grocery stores give the swine flu shot now and the regular flu shot. So this guy just went and got the swine flu shot in the Publix store. Well, 2 hours after he had the shot, he had it was like a stroke-like symptom. Bust his head on the counter, literally split his head open in two, fell on the floor, was all bleeding and shaking in convulsions as if he was having a stroke. They called the police, and the people around him, I'm like, well, what happened to him? They said, well, the only thing that happened was he took the swine flu shot a couple of hours ago, and then he went into convulsions. And I'm just amazed that the people sitting around him didn't put two and two together and realize that the swine flu shot...
Well, that's because Reuters has told everybody you're not allowed to say it's connected to that, even though every other vaccine always causes things like this to happen.
And who is the director of Reuters? Thomas Gloster. And Thomas Gloster is also the director of the Merck.
Which is the largest vaccine manufacturer in the world, mostly responsible for what we're looking at, HIV/AIDS today, by the transmission through the hepatitis B vaccines given between 1972 and 74.
I mean, imagine you're in a maze and you're stuck, and there's no exit, because everywhere you turn, there's another connection to all of these people. They're all in collaboration with each other.
And they're hunting us. They're literally doing what psychopaths do. Thank you so much, Nate. Anthony in New York, flu questions for the guests. Go ahead.
Okay, hello? You hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello? Yes,
go ahead.
Thank you. Alex Jones, I deeply respect and I'm grateful for your show. I've been listening to it for a couple of years now. And Dr. Horowitz, you're one of my heroes. I'm greatly informed by all the research you've been doing. And I don't know, I'm in a predicament that you are also in, Dr. Horowitz, which is I have a school child here, mine in a school in New York. And I have started to read your affidavit, but I haven't forwarded it to any FBI yet. And that's one issue. And then the other issue is, what is a parent supposed to do? Well, what am I supposed to do? Keep my kid out of school? Because they might be using not only the vaccinations over there, but they might be administering a...
Children are the most precious thing in our lives. The teachers themselves aren't bad, but the system is bad. I don't think anybody should have their children in public school. I'm not making a moral judgment here. I'm just saying my children are homeschooled. They don't get anywhere near a government-controlled facility.
Well, I applaud that. You know, again, maybe I'm too nice a dad for my own children because, you know, I've been pressured by them. The one that I have right now, as a matter of fact, we're preparing this evening to go to Laguna Beach school board meeting and then tomorrow to the Parents Teachers Association. Parents need to know right now that all the PTAs are gearing up by direction of virtually FEMA to direct the emergency response, which they're predicting, and this whole vaccination agenda will be conducted partially or administered partially by volunteer parents from the PTA. So, number one, there's two things that I would recommend. Not only read and study the affidavit and all these links so that you can articulate very, very clearly and reasonably calmly to the health officials as well as the school board persons that this is an issue that has not been addressed by the health departments, and these vaccinations are risky. And
these are companies that have histories of killing people knowingly over and over again.
Right. And then the other thing is take the resolution on fluscam.com. Copy and paste the resolution. There's the new Hawaii resolution has gone through the attorneys from the county of Hawaii. They're currently, this coming week, debating it on the floor of the legislature. So you have all of that information. Copy and paste it and make your own county council and township.
Now tell people what the resolution says briefly.
The resolution states that because of all of these issues that we're talking about, that there shall be a religious exemption and philosophical exemption administered to anyone who wants to exempt from the vaccine program, and that children shall not be injected without their parents' consent.
All right, thank you so much, caller. A few final calls for our guests. Let's go ahead and talk to Alicia in California. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex Jones. I'm a big fan, and my dad is a big fan of you, and it's a great honor to be on a talk show.
Well, it's an honor to talk to you. What's on your mind?
We've been doing some research about like how they're talking about mandatory swine flu shots behind doors, and we just need, and our schools is leaning on the swine flu. Like they can take you out of school if you don't do swine flu and stuff.
Yeah, they're saying if you don't take the shot, we're going to kick you out.
You know,
it's kind of like that, but they said like you will have some disabilities on your grades and stuff.
Here's what you do. You download Alan Phillips's book on vaccination exemptions. Read it. It's only about 120 pages. It's big writing, and it's easy to read, and he'll share with you the state's laws as well as the number one urging you assert your religious exemption.
Yeah, this is all being done through color of law. Obama's saying you don't have to take it, but then they're pushing it and threatening to fire people. God bless you. Good to hear from you. I want to talk to Marcus in Georgia, a vaccine worker, then Charlene in New York, medical worker. We're going to let our guests go. They'll be back later this week, graciously. Marcus in Georgia, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Good, sir.
Yes, I work for Novartis. We're the number 2 flu-making vaccine company in the world. And
you guys just bought out Novavax, which was one of the CDC's organizations that advanced the Mexican flu fright.
That's right. And first with the adjuvants and everything that you mentioned, yes, they are in there. And I read news articles in which they mentioned that it's not in there. They're lying. And
I know it's admittedly on the insert, admitted on their own website, and the news is. See, even if you believe that it's good, how do you believe people who are always lying? I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to shut up because you're a key person, Marcus. Tell us, as a vaccine worker, what's going on?
They're rolling out with a new one that's supposed to be a 1-dose vaccine, in which they said that the 2-shot vaccine no longer will be required, and they're going to offer it to the employees and also to the family of the employees beginning late October 21st. I actually believe is the actual date.
What do you do for the vaccine company?
Well, I work for the daughter company, and I get all the information due to the intranet part, the dailies. I have all access to all the information in which.
What are the workers saying? What are the workers saying around you?
Well, the younger people, I'll say maybe in their mid-30s and below, they're not with it. They don't want to take it. But a lot of the older employees, I think just due to the overwhelming media hype, they fearful of it, and a lot of them going to go ahead and take it. But I'm warning a lot of them, and some are doing their research, and they're going to think about it.